Hey everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you today with an article from September 23rd from Red State, and it says Trump brings receipts showing crime is actually way up under Kamala Harris. And I think if you're just, a rational human being living in these United States, you probably figured that was the case. But, there's idiots like KJP that stand up there on her pulpit in the press secretary room or whatever that's called and sits there and says, no, crime is actually down. And it's like, well, there's a reason for that, and we're going to go into it, and it's a pretty obvious reason to anybody. So understand if anybody from the Biden-Harris administration says the crime is down, well, you point them right to this article. Let's get into it. It says, many will recall the moment when ABC moderator David Muir interrupted Donald Trump to fact-check him in real time, claiming the FBI reported that crime was actually falling, which was contrary to the former president's point. As we've reported extensively, Muir and his co-moderator Lindsey Davis delivered one of the most biased, unprofessional performances in debate history, fact-checking Trump over and over and interrupting him regularly while letting Kamala Harris spew out lies unchallenged. It was a disgrace. Yeah, I was getting pissed just watching it. And here's the embedded tweet from it. We'll skip past that. It says, in a Trump Vance campaign email Monday, excuse me, says the GOP nominee struck back and released statistics that he shows a large increase in crime during the Biden-Harris regime. He first pointed out that the FBI changed the way they collect data. All formatting and links are theirs, so guys can click on these as well. You can see they are going to other places. And go ahead. The article that I'm reading from is linked below, so go ahead and open it and click on these. So the email apparently said violent crime is up, not down, under Kamala Harris, but as usual, the fake news isn't telling the whole story. So violent crime hasn't dropped, as the fake news insists. When Kamala took office, the FBI changed how it collects crime data. As a result, they're missing data from nearly a third of the nation's law enforcement agencies, including from many of the most violent cities such as Chicago, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Oakland, and New Orleans. So that's a problem. If you're trying to say crime is down, it's like, well, your largest, most violent cities are not reporting anything. So yeah, that's probably why the statistics look like crime is down. So it says, if you're missing data from Chicago, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Oakland, and New Orleans, oh boy, you're not counting a whole lot of crime, as anyone who lives in one of those cities can tell you. Trump argues that there's a better way to assess what's really going on out there. Look at the victimization survey. So a much more accurate picture emerges using data from the DOJ's National Crime Victimization Survey, which shows crime rates remain way up under Kamala, throwing a dagger straight through the heart of the claims to the contrary by Democrats and their fake news allies. So it says, fact, violent crime is up 37% between 2020 and last year. This word that YouTube doesn't like rhymes with the little green or purple colored fruit that people like to eat. It says it's up 42%. Robbery is up 63%. Assault is up 34%. Violent crime, excluding simple assault, is up 55%. Domestic violence is up 32%. Stranger violence is up 61%. Violent crime with an injury is up 10%. Violent crime with a weapon is up 56%. And finally, motor vehicle theft is up 42%. So the victimization survey details their methods on their website, explaining findings are based on the National Crime Victimization Survey, or NCVS, a self-report survey administered annually from January 1st to December 31st. Annual NCVS estimates are based on the number of characteristics of crimes that respondents experienced during the prior 6 months, excluding the month in which they were interviewed. So the Trump Vance email closes by saying that overall crime rates were lower when the former president was in office. Well, obviously, if all this stuff was going up, then yes, it would have been lower when he was in office. It says, fact, the total number of violent crimes reported last year is higher than any year under President Trump. Fact, Kamala has overseen the 2 highest years for total Americans victimized by violent crime since 2012. Fact, Kamala has presided over 3 of the 4 most murderous years in the last quarter century. In fact, in most cities, murder rates remain higher than pre-pandemic levels. President Donald J. Trump will end the lawlessness once again. Wouldn't that be nice? As he makes a compelling case, and the team supplies links and backup for their claims. However, Kamala's campaign and corporate press will most certainly fact-check him with a fine-tooth comb, and you can bet that some will argue that the FBI numbers should take precedence. How? I don't know what the argument is there. Yeah, none of the big cities are reporting their crime, but let's still go ahead and use that. That's completely misleading. And it closes out by saying, I'm no stats expert or numbers analyst, but I'm pretty sure about one thing. Just about everybody in one of those cities listed above would tell you that they feel less safe than they did 4 years ago. Yeah, no kidding. And as I've mentioned before, I am in a suburb of Chicago. I'm not really close. I'm not going to feel the effects of that. I'm about 40 miles away from there, but you hear about it. And yeah, I have to agree that not about Chicago, but about, and of course it's a picture of a Chicago police on there, but yeah, crime is definitely way up, and like I said at the beginning, anybody that's telling you it is not is lying to you. So let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.